you are in for a true treat. The wittiest, most intelligent content creator on YouTube, always calm and polite. Here is the ineffable Muckster.
Okay, so this thing showed up late last night. Let's see what we have this week for the journal, Friday, September 19th. The star of the week is going to be Colby Reefer. There's a little picture of a kid in a Boy Scout uniform. I'm going to take a stab and say he got Eagle Scout. Here's one that says, father-son duo partake in 9/11 memorial stair climb. On Saturday, September 13, two Mountaintop Fire Company members, Deputy Chief Travis Beers and his son, Junior Fireman Colton Beers, took part in the 9/11 memorial stair climb at the First Summit Arena in Johnstown. Now, for those who don't know, Flight 93, that was the plane that went down whenever passengers tried to take it over. That was near Johnstown, PA. 80 participants climbed 2,200 stairs, the equivalent of what first responders would have climbed on 9/11. Of the 80, about 15 climbers chose to climb in full fire gear, adding approximately 50 to 75 pounds. Each climber wore a lanyard representing 3 fallen police officers or firefighters to honor their memory. Now, we'll mention this. Deputy Chief Travis Beers and his son. I can remember a kid by the name of Travis Beers that used to come in to the library. But anyway, there's their picture. Sorry. There's the Elks Club honors longtime member with pavilion dedication, Frank A. Geyer, past trustee. They named a pavilion for him. Here's one that says, our heart and soul. Denny Joe Cuccio stands outside the heading to Associated Drilling's deep mine, Osceola, in September '81. Associated deep mine. The miners had to work on their knees or crouch down. The photo was taken by Jay Harrington. Okay, well, I guess what there's, they're nerdy. That mine was closed years ago. But I guess it's like there's miles of tunnels all around. Let's see, borough business. You had foreman fails to present evidence of serious concerns about downtown revitalization. Addressing the concerns of citizens, Tyler Wallstrom proposes permit-type parking. Dr. Alex Mumhiri proposes agreement for borough's use of his property to access public parking spaces, and that was denied. Colin Krieger proposes local police force. We'll get back to you on that. Pigs Fly, Hope and Reliance sign letter of intent to emerge. That's 2 fire companies in the same town. Now, the last I knew, that town had about 3,000 citizens in it, population. And for some reason, they've always had 2 different fire companies. Community cleanup at Coldstream. Let's see. Jet says he saw ATVs in Phillipsburg Cemetery. The mayor has a complaint and it's not about parking. Borough purchases 2 new trucks. Okay. Whatever. Everyone's got something to bitch about. Let's see. And there we go. Lots of ads, lots of ads. And here's the thing about the mayor has a complaint. Let's see if there was anything. Mayor John Streno, who is Phillipsburg's biggest and most energetic advocate, gave his report. Even I have a complaint, Streno said. Oh no, Jet responded. Yeah, my complaint is to the post office. There is no handicapped access to the federal post office. Surprise, surprise, Jet said. Steno said the stupidest thing, no, the simplest thing, I lost my, they can do is have a outside moving chair. I mentioned that inside and got no response. But I think if the newspaper says something about it, yeah, whatever. We have a couple of obituaries. Beverly Roseweir, born in 1940. And Janet Covey, born in 1924. She was 100 years old. And we have, well, first let's take a look at the happenings. With a pancake and sausage breakfast at the Knights of Columbus, a chicken barbecue dinner at the Knights of Columbus, a Gobbler 5K fun run. Now, see, people sometimes ask, what is an oxymoron? You know, people hear that word and they don't really know what it means. They think it just means like stupid or something. Well, let me give you an example. Fun run. That's an oxymoron. A soup sale at St. Paul's Episcopal Church. We used to, back way before all my friends and family died, we used to always have a Super Bowl party. I usually hosted. And the one year I decided to call it a Super Bowl party, which I've later seen other places adopt. I'm sure I'm the first one who ever came up with the idea. It was great because everybody brought some kind of homemade soup. And got some interesting stuff. Let's see, we have a Maker Faire Happy Day. Yeah, it's over in Bellefonte, who cares? Public Lands Day in Black Shannon. That has something to do with maintenance. But we have a police report. Stabbing. Now, you know I do not read ahead. They got the little headline that says stabbing. How much you want to bet it's going to be like somebody got stabbed with a pencil or something? We'll see. Noah Freemer, 21 of Brockway, was accused of a stabbing near Coldstream. No, as soon as I said 21, saw 21, I thought, yeah, it probably was a real stabbing. I don't know why. He fled the scene and police caught up to him. He's been charged with attempted homicide. Oh my God, we got like a real report in the police report this week. Next, we have clipped the crossing arm. Crossing arm, would that be like the thing that goes down to keep people from going across the train tracks? Let us see. See, why do you ask these questions? You're going to get the answer, and now you interrupt me. Geez, nerdy. Clip the crossing arm. Crews were doing maintenance on the railroad crossing and crossing arms at Route 3022 at the Phillipsburg McDonald's. So they got to have a thing at the Phillipsburg McDonald's to, oh, we're out of cheeseburgers, sorry. A tractor trailer crossed the tracks just as the crossing arms were coming down and ripped off the crossing arm with the trailer. The operator continued on, apparently not noticing that he or she ripped off the crossing arm. They say he or she, but I think we know. Obviously a woman. Beamer. Harvey Bumbarger, 20, of Morrisdale, was driving a 2013 BMW when he lost control, went into the lane of oncoming traffic, came back into his lane and hit a guide rail. I don't know who writes this, but they're obviously an import because we don't have guide rails around here. We have guard rails. Guide rails are for sissies. We have the things that you run into when you're going off the road, not the things that say, ooh, stay on the road. Let's see. Then went back across the road again and hit the guide rail on that side. He was charged with failure to drive at a safe speed. He was not injured. And again, you think maybe there's something more going on there besides just driving fast? DUI in Houtsdale. Isaac Musselman, 21. Boy, everybody's young this week. 21 of Hyde, was driving a Nissan Sentra. His passengers were Layla Russell, 21, David Kilchner, 20, of Morrisdale, and a 17-year-old Grampian girl. Just to point back, there is no law that says they're not allowed to print the names of minors. It's more just a polite thing. Just prior to the intersection of McAteer Street, he lost control and struck two buildings. No one was wearing seatbelts, and they were all seriously injured. And surprise, surprise, Musselman was charged with DUI. NSFW. I believe that means not safe for women. That's what they used to call me in college. On September 9, 2025, at 10:03 a.m., state police were called to a house on the Allport Cutoff in Graham Township. And if you've ever had your Allport cut off, you know how painful it can be. Where a 45-year-old Morrisdale man, while being naked and having an erection, made an unwanted contact with a 33-year-old Morrisdale woman. The man was charged with harassment. Seems like there's more serious charges than that. 45-year-old Mooresdale man, while being naked and having an erection, made unwanted contact. Okay. Domestic dispute. Chad Stranko, 48 of Hawk Run, was arrested for a domestic dispute. That's all it says. Fatal accident. On September 14th at 3:01 a.m., Nathaniel Thompson, 24, of Winburn, was riding a 2001 Suzuki at a high rate of speed northbound on Route 53 in Morris Township. He failed to negotiate a left turn, lost control, and went off the side of the road. The bike was split in two pieces, and Thompson was killed. I happen to know what it's like to be in a family and somebody doesn't come home that night. There we have the star of the week, Colby Reefer. Wow, they changed things up. That was usually on the last page, and it's in here in the middle. This is the Boy Scout. And I'll show you his picture. And then we'll see if I'm right about him getting his Eagle Scout. Wow, do they make paper so hard to mess with? Colby Reefer, member of Boy Scout Troop 57 of Hopsdale, recently earned the rank of Eagle Scout. He did a community service project. Oh, no, Mike Park's just saying that's one of the requirements. I was trying to see if they said what his project was. For his Eagle Service project, Colby installed a bicycle repair station along the Hopsdale lines of rails to trails. He raised enough money to complete the project and donate $1,000 to the Hopsdale line of rails to trails. His primary fundraiser was a hoagie sale. He would like to thank the following. You know, I thought usually though they had to do more than just raise money for something. They'd have to figure out the materials they need and supervise the project and so forth. Midstate Airport invites you to a final fly-in breakfast. I guess they're yep, I guess they're closing that airport out there. Here's the Sandy Ridge Sportsman's Club Tuesday Night League. I don't know what they, oh, it says practice shoot. And the big scorer this week was Alan Anderson with 50 out of 50. So don't make Alan Anderson mad. Oh my God. I was thinking this morning. I was going to say it earlier and I forgot. Memory lane. Once again. Drag lines. What is it with them? Let's see. We'll check one of the classifieds. We got a massive garage sale. You know, that would only be for specific people though, because how many people need a massive garage? Unless you've got a lot of cars or like you're a professional truck driver or something. But here, this will be of interest to people that aren't from around here. It's on Sleepy Hollow Road. They have seasonal and country decor, men, women's, girls' clothing, shoes and jackets galore, DVDs, electronic keyboards, guitar pedals, TVs, Bose sound system, my mouth isn't working today, and more. There's a beautiful country hutch cabinet to restore, books, furniture, toys, kitchen supplies, lamps, fishing rods are here to score. Come check it out. You'll be happy for sure. That does sound massive. And let's check the groceries this week. Bananas are still 48 cents a pound. Look for something brand name so people can Tasty Cake family packs, 4 for $10. Stouffer's dinner, 4 for $10. And that's all the news that could be new. No, nobody asked you, Nerdy. Nobody asked you. I will see you later. Thanks for stopping in, Nerdy, and whoever the second person is, it says that was listening. And anybody that watches this later. And let me just tell you, if you don't watch it later, you missed something. And I'll be looking for you.
And that's the way it is.
Well, that was disappointing.